The Haunting is returning to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and this video tells you everything that you need to know about the event called The Haunting, otherwise known as
Operation Nightmare.
After a group of Dark Ritual operators unleashed the gates of hell, literally ripping it open to unleash hell across Al Mazrah and VONDEAD, you have to drop in now in Operation Nightmare. Operation Nightmare sees you visiting VONDEAD and Al Mazrah and seeing a bunch of new points of interest and having to defeat multiple bosses across both maps. Al Mazrah itself has been fundamentally changed. The embassy and the northern city of Al Mazrah itself are actually the site of a zombie holdout that failed. You'll find no survivors in the city, but you will find a lot of corpses for zombies. The swamp below it is now the site of a huge monster lurking around. In the northwest of Al Mazrah, you'll find a small tomb for an Egyptian mummy, and across the southern side of the map, you're going to find a number of calamities and horrors that you will have to fight and beat, along with a ton of altars erected after the events of the Hellmouth being ripped open. And the Haunting event itself takes place at the same time as Operation Nightmare. The Haunting event sees you literally being told to
fetch me their souls.
And that is exactly what you are doing in the Haunting event. When a player dies in any game mode, they will leave behind their soul floating above their body. You can pick up these souls and kind of collect them and bank them in the event tab for the Haunting event. And when you go to the event tab, you'll actually see multiple different rewards which you can trade your souls for and collect specific unique prizes. And I know about 7 unique rewards of the 15 so far. So here's what the rewards you can get are. For 15 souls, you can get a bat sticker for your gun. For 30 skulls, you can get a calling card with skulls on it. As well as for 30 souls, you can also get a double weapon XP token. For 60 souls, you can get a cute candy corn weapon ornament. For 90 souls, you can get the creature copter skin for your helicopter. For 150 souls, you can get the Death Day pistol. And there is a ton more. But if you collect 10 different rewards in the event tab, then you can unlock the Zombie Valeria skin for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2's Haunting event. But there are some faster ways to collect souls than just killing enemy players. If you already pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3, then you will automatically get access to the Soul Reaper blueprint, which will double the amount of collected souls you get when you are using that gun to collect souls. On top of that, if you go out to Al Mazrah and VONDEAD and you kill the bosses, they will give you extra souls for when you kill them. And there are 5 main bosses and 4 lesser bosses. And defeating all 9 bosses in total will unlock a specific weapon blueprint for you called the Bloody Mess. So here are the 4 lesser bosses that you can find, and they are all in Al Mazrah. The first is the Reaper. You will find him in the quarry in Al Mazrah. The Spectre you will find in Al Mazrah City. A Ghoul you will find in the Al Bagra Fortress, and a Witch in the Al Malik Airport. If you kill all 4 of the lesser evil spirits, it will complete the Evil Spirits tab in the boss section of the Haunting event. However, you still have to deal with the 5 main bosses. So let's go ahead and talk about the 5 main bosses you will have to fight to complete the Haunting event in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. The first boss is a hulking monstrosity hidden in the swamp south of Al Mazrah City, the Swamp Monster. It is a pretty large hulking figure that hides in the murky waters, and this thing will smack you into next week if it gets close enough. So I recommend trying to use thermals and pick it out in the water, considering it'll be very, very dark out. The next boss you're going to find is the Pharaoh. Now the Pharaoh is actually an interesting boss because we will see him again in Call of Duty Black Ops 2024 as one of the zombies bosses that you will have to fight. But in the event of the Haunting, you will actually have to go to his tomb in northwestern Al Mazrah and fight him in his tomb. He kind of stays within that tomb area, so you'll have to find him there. You will also see a wandering UFO traveling around the map. You're going to have to shoot this thing down if you want to beat it. But that's not the only moving boss. You're also going to have a ghost train. And after you beat the ghost train in a fight, you can actually get in the ghost train and drive it. However, once the ghost train is destroyed while a player is driving it, it will not come back in the map. So be very, very careful when using the ghost train. And the last boss is the hardest to beat, the most intensive, and being pulled over from another Activision Blizzard game. The last boss you will have to beat is the Butcher. He's a character from all of the Diablo games, and beating him will give you a lot of extra souls, but he is a boss fight unlocked by activating him at an altar of Lilith found across the maps of VONDEAD and Al Mazrah. You'll be transported down to hell and have to beat him in his domain to fully collect his souls. And to beat him is going to be pretty hard because not only is he a hulking mass of monstrosity, he has a hook that he can use to attack you from the other side of the building, and when he gets up close, he'll smack you into next week. But he has the armor and the hit points of a tank, so you got to be very, very careful when beating him, and make sure that you have all of your teammates there when you activate the altar so you can all go in and fight him at the same time. And if you beat all these bosses, you'll unlock the Bloody Mess blueprint for the Bass Piece submachine gun. However, Al Mazrah is not the only map getting some changes. VONDEAD is the site of a secondary rip into hell that was unleashed at the same time as Al Mazrah's. This was also activated via a graveyard, but it is the graveyard of a witch. The entire map of VONDEAD has been destroyed due to a monster infestation. Blood stains the rivers and the waterways of VONDEAD, as well as it being rumored that the butcher from Diablo will be wandering the streets. You won't be going to hell to fight him, he will be coming for you. However, VONDEAD was hit a lot harder and a lot faster by this monster infestation. The train station is bloodied from people trying to escape and getting killed by the monsters at the train station. The zoo, the stadium, and other locations have the sites of unexplained horrors, and the graveyard of VONDEAD is the site of a witch ritual which helped unlock the gates to hell and unleash all of these horrors across the city. But there are also going to be 2 changes to multiplayer maps that you'll be able to hop into and see unique haunted differences in both maps. The first map is El Asilo, the Silo. El Asilo will be the site of a specific celebration for Dios de Muertos, set up by Valeria of all people, to help celebrate the loved ones she has lost, including Diego, who we killed in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Along with this, there's an interesting aspect to this. There are 2 sugar skulls sitting on the table on either side of Diego's picture. One says Alejandro and one says Soap. Usually these skulls are made for loved ones who have died, but yet Alejandro and Soap are both still alive. So is this an indication of something to come in Modern Warfare 3? Maybe, but you need to tell me in the comments down below if you think it's anything important or if you think it's just a nod to Valeria knowing who Alejandro and Soap are. And while you're down there, make sure you like the video. As a matter of fact, go like the video right now. However, the other map that you're going to see has its own spooky changes and is possibly a little bit more scary is the Embassy. As you go through the embassy, you're going to notice signs begging for help, saying that please come help us, begging and begging. But as you look around the map, you're going to see hundreds of bodies of zombies scattered all around. The embassy was the site of a final stand trying to hold off the zombie horde from attacking. However, the zombie horde got through, and unfortunately, everyone in the facility has now passed. However, there's a couple of new things that are going to be introduced as far as equipment goes for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. The first is the Bloodbath grenade. This grenade is like a heat-seeking grenade, kind of mixed with a sonar mine and a snapshot grenade. When you pull a pin of this grenade and throw it at an enemy, it will highlight the enemies in the area, but it will keep them highlighted for up to 10 seconds after you have hit them with the grenade, showing you where they are through buildings and through walls. However, this grenade only works if the enemy is exposed to the grenade. However, it won't detect enemies on other sides of walls or doors or anything like that, so make sure you throw it at an enemy or in a room where you know the enemy is at to help get the best effective use out of it. The Sound Veil Scream is actually going to replace the sound of the suppression mine's ringing and blurriness of your vision with instead a scream and hallucinatory scary images that will pop up when you run across a suppression mine. Along with this, the decoy grenade's also getting some changes. Instead of being a normal decoy grenade, it's now going to replace the sounds of a frightening fight between monsters and humans and lots of screams and panic from both sides as they fight. There's going to surely be a couple more changes that come along the way, including jump scares in boxes across Warzone and Al Mazrah, but overall the Haunting event is a W in my books. And I want you to tell me in the comments down below, is the Haunting event a W or an L, or are you going to wait till the event starts to actually see what the quality is? Make sure to comment and like down below, and while you're down there, make sure you subscribe as well for all of your Call of Duty information, because I am IceBurgz, your Call of Duty informant. Stay frosty.